A shocking field hockey injury at a school in Massachusetts is sparking debate over just that issue. A female player accidentally struck in the mouth by a point-blank shot from a male playing on the opposing team. The incident causing outrage among her fellow teammates who were left traumatized. They're begging the state to change their Equal Rights Amendment, which allows male athletes to play on girls' teams if that sport is not offered in the school for the boy. Judge, I'll go to you first. That's a weird interpretation of the Equal Rights. Maybe they've written it that way in Massachusetts, but is this what the Equal Rights Amendment there was intended to do? I
haven't read that Equal Rights Amendment, but the way they're interpreting it is they're basically saying that the Equal Rights Amendment says that you cannot deny someone participation in a team based upon gender, okay? So to me, I've always been offended by the transgenders. I've always been offended by the Leah Thomases swimming as women against women. Okay, but this is worse because you're not swimming in your own lane. This is literally combat. And these men who historically are stronger than women, that's the end of it. Being allowed to compete with women in this kind of sport is dangerous. And I'm not surprised at what happened. Now, I'm sure she was wearing a mouth guard. Apparently, her injuries were so horrible, whether it was accident or a guy who was so confident, I'm going to show these women, you know, how to play. The whole stadium apparently was traumatized by what happened. She lost teeth. She was all full of blood. I mean, this is very serious. So you've got men's lacrosse, women's lacrosse. You've got field hockey. Let the men do their own field hockey. And in a situation where there is combat, men should not be allowed to play in women's sports. You share the judge's view. Jesse, you have two daughters that compete, I know, in swimming.
Yeah, this isn't some slender waif out there at his first game. This guy is a co-captain, and he's four-year all-county.
Jeez.
So he's winding up and just smacking the shot. And I had the brain room look at this. A female volleyball player, she spikes at about 50 miles an hour. A male volleyball player can spike at 80. So back up. What about softball? Female softball player can hit the ball 55 miles an hour. A male softball player, 90 miles an hour. So if he rips one straight back into the pitcher's face, I mean, forget about teeth. Hits you right here. Yeah. You could die.
You can die.
I mean, this is putting women's, not just records in danger, their lives in danger.
Dana, you know, football, some women are playing on men's football teams in high school and even college.
They're usually kickers.
Right, but some are. But I'm saying, do you think
role in the game?
Yeah, not a lot of contact.
No, but I don't disagree. But does that make you think about this any different way?
Not really. I think that adults can be reasonable here. And as I covered it this morning, so there in Massachusetts, it does say if there's not a field hockey team for both genders, and everybody plays together. It just seems ridiculous. And it doesn't feel like you have to go through the whole court system and have an election to decide that this is not a good idea. That actually happened to my sister in a co-ed softball game. She was playing, I believe, third base and took one right to the head.
Yikes.
From a guy. And this in Colorado, there's a lot of these co-ed teams, and I know this may be a fluke thing, but it meant she never played again. And she was very fortunate. She had a great EMT surgeon who did some stitches for her, but it could have been much worse. It was much worse for a volleyball player in North Carolina because one of those guys spiked the ball. It changed her whole life. She was on track to get a scholarship at a four-year school that she wanted to go to. She didn't get to go to that school. Oh. So it did change her livelihood and her future.
Greg, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I look at this stuff case by case. That's how I roll. Yeah, you know, because I'm in the news. I don't mind co-ed sports. It's kind of fun. Like we used to play co-ed softball, pickleball, very popular among the co-eds at the villages. Cornhole, that's fun, co-ed. But there, you cannot, there's an effort to erase distinctions between male and female, which ends up hurting both sexes. But ultimately, you're seeing now it's more so on women in women's sports. Men happen to be better at some things than women. And women happen to be better at some things than men. But you can't say that, right? And that's kind of where we are right now, where you can break a woman's nose or her teeth under the guise of gender equity. I don't know about the case here because, frankly, I don't care about field hockey. I didn't even know what it is until today.
They don't have field hockey in California when you grew up?
No.
Yes, they did.
No, they don't.
I don't think they really had it in Colorado until recently.
Yeah,
Wait,
field
is this an East Coast
Field
thing?
hockey is what rich
I
people
never had
do.
it in
No,
Elmira.
it's not.
Yeah.
Up
No, wait,
next,
that's lacrosse.
Up next, how tech is turning us into mindless zombies.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.